What's up, everybody? It is Thegoal60 here for Friday, May the 18th, 2018. So today we only picked up one new series, but I think it's going to be a good series for us, and we move in with a lot of unofficial plays as well. So yesterday we did have the two unofficial plays that started out with the Texas and the Angels. Both of those did lose, so they will be playing again today. And the Rangers lost to the White Sox, while the Angels lost to Tampa Bay. So right now the Rangers are at -110. It's pretty much a coin flip game if you're following that. And the Angels are at -142, so a little bit better price than what they had yesterday. Now, as far as today, we did have 7 new series starting off. I thought we'd have a few, a handful of plays, maybe 3 to 5. Turns out we only ended up with 1. So there were some high prices. I'm about to go over all of those. I will talk about the one game that we will have, or the one series that we will be playing this weekend before I get into all the unofficial plays. So the one series that we're going to have is Milwaukee at Minnesota. Currently, Milwaukee's at .517, while Minnesota is at .486. So obviously, you look at the Brewers on the price, and they are the underdogs. So then you look at the run line. Now this run line is a little high, and it was borderline being too high for us. It's -160, so it's at the very top that I would take it. So that is the one and only play that I have this week as far as official plays. There is another play that's very close to that I'll go over in the unofficial plays that I wouldn't blame you if you took. But the one official play we've got this week is Milwaukee Brewers on the run line, -160. So this is the second week in a row that we've had very few plays on the weekend. Last weekend was 2 plays. This week is 1 play. I don't know if that is, and most of all it's because of price. We've obviously got a lot of games that met RPI, but then the price wasn't right for us. And I don't know if that's a combination of things. I think it could be one, it's summertime, so more people are going out to the park. More people are wanting action on baseball. The NBA Finals are coming to a close. And after all, this is a business for Vegas and other places. This is about, getting business in. And whenever you're competing with other sports, for one, you have folks that don't have time to dedicate towards these games. And 2, you don't have, you're trying to get as much business on those as possible. And so the prices may have been lower. As we're moving into summer, the NBA Finals are still going, obviously, but they're down to, getting close to the end. Hockey's getting close to the end, so baseball pretty soon will be your only sport going. And that's when they know that people are interested in it more. Your more casual folks are, spend their money on the sport that's most popular at the time. Plus, some of these teams, they just may feel like is this much better. But some of these prices are outrageous right now. And I don't know if I hope that gets better, obviously. I hope that I like to see between 3 and 5, maybe 4 to 6 plays each half week. So in the first half of the week, and then in the second half of the week. I like that number of games. It's a lot of action, a lot of chances. But for whatever reason, we're not at that right now. So we'll just have to keep watching it and see how the market goes. This is a very strategic, thing that we're doing here with this system. And you can't just throw darts at the wall. We're trying to be, really smart about things and move forward like that. So the first game we'll talk about is Cleveland at Houston. This is going to be a good series, and I know that this is going to be the Sunday night baseball series. So this is the top series of the week. This is the series that I said that I feel like if you took the side, that the better RPI team in Houston, I wouldn't blame you today. The reason for that, currently Cleveland is at .480 on RPI. Houston's at .525. We all know that Houston has that great rotation as far as their pitchers go. And then you look at the price, and the price is just really right on the edge. -163 on the money line. So like I said, I would not blame you at all for taking this series. In fact, I'm thinking about it myself. I'll just have to wait and see if I pull the trigger. Hopefully that price comes down a little bit, but even if it stayed the same thing it is right now, I may do the same. Next up, we have a series that I actually felt like would be higher priced than what it is, and that is the Yankees at the Royals. And the reason I say that is the Yankees are in the top 3 of the RPI, and the Royals are in the bottom 3 of the RPI. So it's the best scenario RPI-wise that you could get. Now the price is where you would look at next, and that is the Yankees at minus 174. I felt like that would be closer to 200 or even better. And I think as the weekend goes on, it will be that high. So that's the reason I'm staying away completely. Obviously, that's too high today to start out with. But even if it would have been closer to 150, I think we would have had to pass on that simply because, if I don't know exactly who's up in the rotation. I didn't look. But if like Severino is coming up, he's going to be high priced. He's a very good pitcher. And no matter who they're facing, he's been good this year. So you have to watch out for those things. The next game is Arizona at the Mets. This game is knocked out because of RPI. The Diamondbacks are at .524 and the Mets are at .525. So they're almost on top of each other. In fact, I think they're back to back on the RPI ranking scale. Miami at Atlanta. This was a game that I felt like we would get a chance to take Atlanta in, and they were priced way too high at home. Right now, Miami's at .489, while Atlanta is in the top 3 of the RPI at .558. Now the price, you would look at Atlanta, and it's way too high, minus 197. So close to 200, we'd have to pass on that. Next, we have Chicago at Cincinnati. So Chicago is, to me in this game, is way too overpriced. I think that the Reds are a little bit better than what the price shows. And I do think that there's some value there. If you're a value better, some people look for expected value and what they're thinking to come back, and taking angles like this where not necessarily they think the team is good enough to win, but there's a chance that they can win and they're getting a lot of money back. So Chicago currently on the RPI is .530, while the Reds are at .468. And then you look at the price, Chicago's at minus 180. I think that game should be closer to 160. I think it's a little too high. And if you are, like I said, if you're a positive EV type bettor, you may look at that, and I'm sure that some of them are. And the last game is the Dodgers at the Nationals. The Dodgers are at .451. The Nationals are at .541. And the Nationals are priced at $221. Now, yesterday was the first day that Justin Turner has been back for the Dodgers, and he is the leader on that team. We really got to see that in the first month and a half of the season, and the fact that the Dodgers were 16-26 going into yesterday. They actually had the exact same record as the Marlins yesterday when they played. The difference is Turner comes in his first game back and hits 5 RBIs. So he's come back with force. You can really tell that he did a good job during his month and a half of rehab and really focused on, doing the right things to get back. He come in just like he had never missed a game. So I think that he will give this team a spark. I don't know how much of a spark, but I do think that they may very well come out today and lay an egg. But I think that he comes in and actually gets them playing a little bit better. And maybe they get closer to 500 again. So right now that price is way too high for me, especially if you take just the last couple of days and looking at who's coming back. I think that the Dodgers have some expected value there as well. So I hope you liked today's video. If you haven't already, like and share and subscribe. And I will see you in the morning. Like I said, we do have the one play. It is Milwaukee on the run line, minus 160. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow.
60% of the time, it works.